All right. Achilles. This is actually something that I didn't think about bringing up. So Achilles got the return in his range, and he's being played in the soul lane in SBL games. Like, he didn't get played a lot, but then all of a sudden, towards the end of the tournament, he did start getting played a lot. Like, he went from maybe 1 game out of 8 to like every other game you saw him. So I'm assuming that more comes down to like Jormungandr's ban and all that shit, but that is going to be your next fucking go-to. I'm not going to put him up in S because he wasn't winning every game, but A+, Achilles solo jungle works as well, just not as popular. Agni's still A tier average. AMC saw a big fall off. It doesn't get played at all right now. I'm going to put him in B. Honestly, not terrible, but just lost a lot of his pressure, a lot of his poke, and a lot of his annoyance. Pwash got full anti-heal now. The 1 anti-heals and the ult anti-heals. Good pick into a lot of gods. Almost fucking broken in the solo lane. You already know that. Honor, still average, but good pressure as a hunter in mid. Anubis, still pretty poo-poo. Ao Kwang, still really poo-poo. Aphrodite, oh no, can I scroll down here? Like, fuck, super doo-doo on the D tier. You guys can't even fucking see it right now. But, yeah, super doo-doo. See, as you can see, D tier. Apollo, low tier, not being played a lot, not being prioritized, not doing really well. New skin, though, is dope. Arachne, pretty doo-doo right there with Ao Kwang. Pump stomp, but not a good pump stomp. Ares, situational as fuck, B+. Artemis, doo-doo tier. Artio, I don't know what the fuck it was, but on one of my YouTube videos, some motherfucker was telling me Artio was the hard counter all gods and God's grace to the fucking support role. You're a fucking idiot. Artio is not that good right now. Costs you a fuck ton of mana to play the early game. And if you're doing that and you're invading, you're going to fucking go super quick. He'd be annoying, but you're going to go super quick and not be relevant for the next 2 minutes. On top of that, there's just way better supports like Hercules, like Erlang Shen, like real supports, Geb, Khepri, whatever the fuck you want outside of that. Go for it. All right. Athena, really, really strong right now in the support role. Super good. Good rotations, all that shit. I would like Athena. If you're not going to invade in your casual rank games, then just play Athena. It's a great fucking pick as long as you have map awareness. We like situational. Need the right team comp. Need to play against the right teams. Bacchus, situational. You need to not worry about pressure at all and just need a hard, full dive engage support, which is rare. Bacchusura, doo-doo tier. Doesn't do anything. Baron, I'm going to go with doo-doo tier. This tier list is going to be a little bit different because, remember, I'm focusing heavy on what I expect to see at Worlds. On top of, this is what you can play in Ranked. In Ranked, you have way wider spread. You can get away with a Baron solo, and it'll be okay. So in a normal tier list, I might bump Baron up to A because you could do it, but it's not good. I can say Isis all day. You're fucking dumb. Stop. Bastet. I don't know why people are raging at comp level. If you don't need a lot of CC out of the jungle, Bastet's damage is nuts, especially until a lot of the gods are being played. Jormungandr, continuous damage. Jingwei, good continuous range damage. It just does well into a lot. You can spread fucking anti-heal super easily without having to go into a fight. Bastet has a lot of good inner kit outside of the ult, as long as you don't need CC. Bellona, situational solo laner. Kabrakan, really strong right now. In the jungle, in the support, honestly. Not really played in solo much. Counters Erlang Shen, counters your root comps that are being picked. A lot of the gods that have roots, you're just going to hard counter. It's a really aggressive support or a really aggressive initiation in the jungle. Camazotz, doo-doo tier. Cerberus, below average, only going to be super situationally picked up. CERN, very situational, not that good right now. Chalk, doo-doo tier. Chunga, super situational. Chernobog, really, really strong. More into A+ tier than anything. And it's just for the global rotation on top of the pressure you create in the mid lane or the long lane, wherever you need it. Where you see in comp, the duo lane is left alone. That's why Chernobog is really strong. Chernobog can get the fuck out if he needs to get the fuck out. Plus, he can rotate over to any team fight and automatically make it an advantage in his team's favor. Chiron, situational, but really strong in a lot of situations, if that makes sense. So it's not going to be like, oh, this comp came up. It's going to be like, oh, maybe you want to counter to Athena. Maybe you just want a hard ability hunter in the mid lane. Maybe other hunters are banned. It does have okay pressure. Not quite the same range as all the other hunters, but a lot of pressure, a lot of team fight potential with the ultimate. Not bad. Chronos being played a lot again in comp. Safe God, AFK farming in the duo lane. You can get the fuck away with it. Not as common in your ranked and casual games. Cullen, doo-doo, not being touched at all right now. Cupid, more situational, but an average god that can be played in a lot of situations. Doesn't have to have a whole team comp built around him. It can just work into comps with a lot of movement, a lot of dashes, whatever. Dodgy, picked up into counter matchups to dive gods like fucking Thoth, Merlin, things that don't have CC immune alts and can pick last and hard counter them. Fenrir is being played a lot in comp right now in the support role. Just another aggressive support after Hercules, after Lang Shen. Discordia, I don't know why Discordia is being played. She pretty much didn't do shit. And she's pretty situational where you would even bring her up. I put her on doo-doo tier for you guys. Or C tier, wherever. But we'll pretend she's B tier for now. Erlang Shen, top tier support, top tier jungler. That's about it. One of the best aggressive supports outside of Hercules. Fafnir, really good into these comps for ejected burning. Freya, I'm gonna do Freya differently because people are gonna look back at this right after Worlds and be like, what the fuck? So Freya just got reverted. I'm gonna tell you, reverted Freya, probably gonna be A tier. Great late game, need to get online, and once she's online, she fucking frags. If she can AFK farm in the duel lane, she's gonna frag. But at Worlds, you're not playing reverted Freya. They're gonna be playing normal Freya, but she is still being played very similar. I'd say the same situation, like A tier, but a completely different playstyle, especially late game. Mambo, what are you guys arguing about? Ganesh, situational, but an okay supports. More aggressive as a guardian. Just gonna have a pretty rough early game. Geb, amazing support, counter to Athena, counter to pretty much every hard initiation. You're able to peel for your team. Shields are broken. Just have to get through the very first few levels. Guan, average jungler, being picked up when you want to dive. Good into Oleron. You're gonna see it into Oleron if you need a hard counter to Oleron, kind of like Vamana. Hachi, safer hunter, played occasionally. Hades, never touched, doo-doo tier. Kibo, super risky pick, situational. Hell, A tier. Hell's being played in mid lane a decent amount by Sanguine. So if we see Hell come out, that's who I expect to play it. And it's not necessarily a team comp that has to be built around Hell. You just have to be able to pick it late enough and play it correctly. Play smart, play safe, use your immunities on your team properly, and you can do work with it. Hera, low tier mid in terms of pressure, but good into the mid and late game and can sustain and peel for yourself. So middle of the pack, A tier. Hercules is fucking broken. You guys already know why, because you've been invaded by him a million times. Horus, okay support, kind of like the lower tier warrior aggression. So below Erlang Shen, below Hercules, kind of coming in right under those. So right around like a Fenrir type of shit. Yi, okay in the hunter role, situational, but an average god that can be played in most situations. So pro players are not going to just play Yi for no reason. There's going to be a reason they want to play him, but he can be coming into a whole bunch of shit. It all depends on what they're comfortable with. And in terms of your casual and your rank games, you guys probably play Yi into every single matchup and be fine. Hunt Bats, top tier jungler right now because of how safe he is and because his team fight ult is the best team fight ult in the game in the jungle. Isis, fucking broken. You guys already know why. Izanami, doo-doo tier. There we go. Get in the fucking doo-doo tier, bitch. All right. Doo-doo tier. Janice, super situational. Jingwei, top tier, very safe hunter. Played a lot. A fucking shit ton. Jormungandr, fucking broken. Right now, he doesn't die. His pressure in team fights is insane. He's unfucking killable. He builds Jade Emperors and you can't gank him. It fucking sucks. Kali, doo-doo tier right now. Low tier, maybe not doo-doo tier. Really low tier. Needs to get the late game. Khepri, one of the better supports. You're not playing that normal initiation shit. You need a team comp that is more heavy dive and has the initiation elsewhere, but that's okay because it's really common when you get into gods like Arthur. Arthur fucking really strong. Not quite Jormungandr, but played and picked in almost every single fucking game right now in the solo lane. Kulkin, good mid laner. Not as safe, but has clear, has pressure, has objective secure, has high damage. Kumba, good support. Comes in after a lot of these other ones as an aggressive guardian. Kuzimbo is shit. Don't touch him. Loki is shit. Would be below D tier. Medusa, situational, higher pressure hunter, but you can be do very easily. Mercury, good in the jungle, not super safe. Need to get the late game. So we're putting him in mid tier. Merlin, one of the top tier mids next to Thoth and Isis. Naja, good in the jungle, high pressure, played more as a setup. Neath, low tier situational. Nemesis, low tier situational. Nike, doo-doo. Nox, very low tier. Nuwa, situational. You need no pressure in the mid lane and you guarantee getting the late game based on your team comp having pressure in the side lanes. Odin, very, very situational. Low tier. They have to have no leaps. You need to fucking have anti-heal. This would be played into Hell and maybe any other super heavy healing comps that you might see. Oleron, Stronger mage, not being played a lot right now in comp, would be picked late into team comps that can't get through the ult. So if you see Hercules, you might see an Ola run come in to fucking counter Hercules to deal with the Hercules. Or Lang Shen, things like that. Osiris, backup support, or sorry, backup solo after a lot of these top ones are gone, like Jormungandr, King Arthur, tier, that shit. Haddix is playing him a lot. Pele, strong in the fucking jungle right now. You can't see D tier? Yes, you can. You just can't see fucking Hades and Aphrodite. Shut the fuck up. Pele, also that's X. He's streaming YouTube, so fuck off. He's a little bitch. We don't care about him. Pele, jungle, really good. All stages of the game, early, mid, late. Has initiation, has high damage, has CC. There's nothing wrong with Pele in the jungle. Just not like a top priority pick over all these other gods. Persephone might be one of the most what the fuck is going on gods because nobody had time to play her before the play-ins. I'm going to assume all the top teams know how to play her and will fucking frag on her. I think Ice is a little bit better, but I think Persephone gives you pressure. I think the team fight you can't deal with. And I think if you die on Persephone, it's because you wanted to over-aggress and it's not like that's the only way you kill her. Like another team can't decide, all right, we're killing Persephone. That just never happens. Poseidon, top tier mid laner right now because of pressure. Also played in the duo lane, so it has flex potential. Ra right now is pretty shitty and not touched. Raijin right now is low tier and not touched very much. Rama right now is just a safer hunter. Only comes out when you need pure, safe survivability and you want to be able to dive the backline on your hunter. So if you have gods like Rat, Serket, if somehow you have a mage that's diving, which is pretty rare, or if you're running double hunter or something weird, you might see Rama come out to help with the dive. Ratatosker, safer jungle, kind of like next to Pele. Like two of the more safe, don't have great, like Rat's not gonna have the great late game, but gonna have a little bit better of an early game, so you're kind of trading off. Ravana, safe jungler. Scylla, situational in the mid, just have to worry about getting through the early game and having set up for your ults. Serket, probably the top flex jungle support you can play right now. You see Serket coming out a little bit less at the play-in land, but I expect with Hercules being banned in most games, you might see Serket support a lot. Set, having kind of a comeback. Set like super fell off for a little while after the nerfs, but seems to be popping off at the lands. Solo lane mainly, a little bit in the jungle. Scotty, low tier, not prioritized, very situational. Probably see it in mid if you need a hunter and they're all fucking banned. Sobek, situational support. Soul, good, safe, magic damage, like Chronos, but not quite as good. Wukong, doo-doo tier, not really, just not that good. Played very fucking rarely in the solo lane. Susano, the top jungler in the game right now. They're not going to be playing on nerf Susano. Nerf Susano is still good. Susano is literally going to be picked and banned when the people don't, when teams are banning out junglers. So on a team like Splice, where you want to deal with fucking Aurora, they're probably going to ban Hercules because they can't ban out Scream. Scream has a big god pool. Might not see a ban then. You run into somebody where you know Susano is going to get played, it's probably going to get fucking banned. Sylvanas, situational in the sport. Super risky. Terra, really low pressure, so you're not seeing it played a lot. If somehow a team comp has the pressure, you will see Terra support once all the other ones are knocked out. You go through fucking all 10 bans, Terra might get played in the support role. Thanatos being prioritized a lot because his late game isn't as bad as people make it out to be. Having the execute in a comp setting or in a setting where people are actually doing just consistent damage on all 5 gods has a lot of value. Morgan's going to be a higher tier pick, I think, just pressure in general on top of the rotations out of the fucking duo lane. Put Morgan in the duo lane, GG. Thor is the next best jungler after Susano. We saw Thor played in every single game in jungle or solo. Every single fucking game. Probably should put him in SS tier. I'm going to put him in SS tier. Even, like, these fucking gods right here are actually disgusting. Maybe Susano will fall down. We'll move Susano down. Susano doesn't have to be picked and banned. Susano will get through a lot of games. These gods are going to be banned or top picked in every fucking game. Some might be traded. Like Isis gets traded occasionally, usually regretted. Thoth is the next best mage in the game. You've got Merlin, you've got Thoth, you've got Isis, you have Persephone. Best 4. Top tier solo laner. Doesn't get played all the time, but it's picked after most of the bans. Ul, really good for pressure in the mid lane, but not picked all the time. Vamana, super situational if you need to dive an Ola run. Vulcan only picked up, I think, or only will be picked up, I think, if all the other mages are banned and that people just don't know what to fucking do in the mid lane. Usually they'll default to hunters, though, or like Kukulkan over the Vulcan. Chimalanke, safe hunter, picked up sometimes when you just want to save hunter. Xing 10, That was the throw off from the land, and I think it's going to carry over to Worlds. They're going to see Shingten support a fucking shit ton, especially since SK is going to be playing in Worlds, and they were one of the ones playing it a lot. Yamoja, we're not going to see Yamoja at all. I would put Yamoja down in fucking like a B+ tier, super situational god. Ymir, super situational. Zeus, risky as fuck, super situational. There's your fucking tier list. Congratulations. I think all of this shit is pretty set in stone, honestly. Like your SS, S+, and S tier. These are pretty true for your comp games. Like this is not going to deter too much. This might deter a little bit. Like you might see Ola run a lot less. I think you'll see Poseidon a lot. I think you'll see Pele Rat. Fucking most of the shit Athena will be played a decent amount. Thanatos will be played a little bit. And then everything else will just fall below. 100%. Everything else will definitely fall below. Maybe one god has some crazy miraculous showing at Worlds, but I couldn't even guess. Like it could be Opwash or Hell, but it's unlikely and they're risky as fuck. I don't think we'll see a lot of Bastet, but Scream might play Bastet. It's just gonna be hard to say. Hard to say something's just gonna make a pop-off move, but I don't see it. Maybe Discordia. Discordia would be the one that might be the lowest ranked because people were playing it for absolutely no fucking reason, but I'd rather see Kukulkan. So there's your tier list, boys and girls.